Yo, what's good guys? This is Nightwing2303 from WearTesters.com. Today we got the performance review on the Air Jordan 32. I really appreciate Jordan Brand sending both of these guys over so that I could test each one of them. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get right into it. I am happy to report that the biggest issue of the 31 is no longer present on the Air Jordan 32. The traction on the 31s, most of you guys know, was pretty inconsistent. Some colorways worked great, meanwhile others just didn't. And so far so good in these guys right here. I will say that the low top version seems to have a slightly tackier rubber than the mid, but other than that, I think that the traction right here has just been phenomenal. I've been playing them in some really dirty courts. All you got to do is just make sure that you wipe periodically to keep the debris from clogging up in there and you'll be good. Clean courts though, you have absolutely nothing to worry about. These guys are phenomenal on court in that aspect. But if you happen to have played in the Air Jordan 31 and were unsatisfied with the traction, I have a feeling that you're going to be very satisfied with these guys right here. Now the cushion in these guys right here is the Flight Speed system. For the Air Jordan 31 they used a full-length unlock zoom air unit. Now for these guys we have segmented heel and forefoot zoom air, and the forefoot itself is what is unlocked. So the midsole area where the zoom unit sits, which is basically this big square right here underneath the pad of your foot, there is no midsole there. All there is the zoom air unit. And in order to keep it from feeling too unstable, what they've done is added a moderator plate above that. Now that moderator plate definitely makes the midsole a little bit more stiff than something like the Air Jordan 31. So you are definitely going to need to give these guys some break-in time. However, it does not take that long. It's a couple of hours worth of play and you pretty much are good to go. And the thing that I like the most about it is that you're getting both cushion and stability at the same time. A lot of times you end up sacrificing one for the other, and this is one of those rare situations where you're not. Something to note is that the zoom unit does not protrude out like it has in the past. So again, stability is a main component here with the addition of cushion, which I think is really, really awesome. Then in the heel, we have another zoom air unit. This one's not unlocked. Instead, it's bottom loaded. There's not a lot of midsole on top of it though. So it's very, very comfortable and it absorbs a ton of impact upon heel strikes. Now materials along the upper is Flyknit. It's 100% Flyknit. No glue, no TPU strands, none of that stuff. This is awesome. It moves really well with your foot and everything. I just think that it feels great. For anybody looking for a comparison between Flyweave and this Flyknit, this is just a little bit lighter feeling on foot. Flyweave kind of feels a little bit thicker, and this just doesn't feel as thick as that. Not that it's going to be any less durable. I've been stepped on plenty of times in both of these shoes, and for whatever reason, they just don't take any damage. They get dirty, but they don't take any damage. Now, the Flyknit overall is not stretchy. There is some stretch to it. This is what I like to call structured Flyknit. It just feels supportive. It doesn't feel, you know, loose or anything like that on your foot. If this type of Flyknit was used on the Kobe 9, I'm just saying, game over. Now in terms of fit, I would recommend going true to size. Initially they feel slightly long, but they also feel very, very narrow in the midfoot. After breaking them in, true to size is just what's worked best for me, both in the mid and the low top version. In terms of wide footers, I have a friend who actually bought a pair of these. He's a wide footer and he went true to size. He feels like they fit him perfectly. If it's possible, of course, go in store and try them on, but true to size is what I would go with. And the overall lockdown has been fantastic. The forefoot area, because it is Flyknit, you are going to have to adjust here or there, especially right from the jump, because they feel very, very tight on foot. So what ended up happening with me is that I'd tighten them up a certain way, playing them for about an hour or whatever, and then they'd feel a little bit loose, so I'd have to retighten them and all that stuff once they were broken in. Ever since that point, I already know where to tighten them to, making this upper feel like it fits my foot one-to-one. It's like one of the best feelings ever. And then the rear section of the shoe has ample lockdown, and that goes for both the low and the mid. The main difference besides the collar height between the two is that the mids right here have just a little bit more padding and sculpt in the heel section of the interior than the actual low tops, but otherwise they're pretty much identical. What you're going to be getting out of the lows is a lot more range of motion from your ankle. But if you have weak ankles, weak ligaments, or you just don't trust the low top, the mid top right here is going to give you everything that you need. Ample lockdown in the rear, no heel slip or anything like that, and you'll be good to go. Support in the shoe is very solid as well. Like I was saying earlier in the cushion section, the unlock zoom does not protrude out of the outsole, so you're maintaining a ton of stability that previous iterations of the unlock zoom did not give you. In addition to that, you have a normal outrigger, which is pretty much standard nowadays. The midsole sculpt right here actually helps keep your foot on the footbed, especially during lateral movements. And then the overall fit, containment, and lockdown also help with that as well. Then you have an internal and external heel counter, again keeping your foot placed on the footbed firmly, ensuring that you don't roll your ankle or anything like that due to a sloppy fit. That moderator plate that takes care of the zoom air is also a torsional plate, and just for good measure they placed a small carbon fiber torsional plate at the external portion of the midsole as well. So that pretty much takes care of everything for the Air Jordan 32 performance review. These guys have been a blast to play, and I personally prefer the the low tops just because I'm a low top guy, but the mids I have had a lot of fun in as well, both of which you'll be able to grab over at eastbay.com. Links will be in the description box below. The only real drawback to the shoe is that the ventilation is lacking and that the midsoles start off a little bit stiff, but again, as long as you break them in, that's one of those things that'll just kind of go away with time. If you need any more information, all you got to do is click the link in the description box. It'll head you over to WearTesters.com, where you'll be able to find out each shoe's price, weight, and score, and that pretty much takes care of it. Let me know if you guys have played in the Air Jordan 32. If so, how do you feel about them? Do you feel that they're an upgrade in comparison to the Air Jordan 31? Sound off in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all your support, and until next time, guys, have a good one.